My name is Mark Evenson. I'm going to give a short update on the Common Lisp Foundation. How do I advance this thing?
It's the hour.
Okay. So the Common Lisp Foundation is a nonprofit foundation intended to promote Common Lisp. I asked ChatGPT to write the first 3 slides of my presentation, and so this is what it thought of. So we've seen a script. We have no members, so got that wrong. We do maintain and develop several important projects. Not Quick Lisp, sorry, Zach. Not Lisp Package Manager. We do maintain the Clicky, but we attempt to basically provide resources for Common Lisp developers worldwide that aren't going to be met by academic or commercial organizations. And we have, anyways, so these are the real slides. Okay, so what do? We provide a place where we mint and persist what we call cool URIs, so long-lived resources for Common Lisp, long-lived URIs that will resolve in a browser to Common Lisp resources. We have code repositories in Git and Subversion exported through various web interfaces like GitLab. That has issue tracking that people use. We have users in a space there, and we have mailing lists that provide support for the community. We have a website, common-lisp.net, which provides a kind of an overview of Common Lisp and some sort of educational resources for people to get started. So what we've done since 2019, since we last, a lot of work from Eric Timmons. We now have Docker. He basically pioneered Docker files for all the Open Common Lisp implementations. He's a roboticist, so he has actually a need for CI in sort of exotic runtime. So we're using the GitLab open source software. So he has a runner for ARM32, where with the Lisp implementations, you can run Dockerfile and put stuff. That stuff's available in the Docker public registry. We would like to basically have the Common Lisp Foundation to provide an alternative to commercial services. So as they go away, the Common Lisp stuff would be persistent. So this registry would be independent of Docker. We actually have a common group he has a common group in the Docker to provide Docker files for Common Lisp implementations for you to build your own CI structure on top of. We have another thing that we've been working on since 2019 is we have an open source fundraising platform that's been used for various kind of projects for Quick Lisp appreciation, which is where I think ChatGPT got the other problem. That's incomplete, could use a little more help. It thunks out to Stripe, but it does work in an international payment situation. And then we provided support for the ELS by hosting this live stream and so forth. Although the CLF is entirely run by volunteers, so it's actually the volunteers who've used the hosting infrastructure, and it's more of their hard work than anything per se of the CLF. So what do we need now? So we have a board that serves as a non-paid board that serves as a steering committee, which we have 4 members, of which 3 are in need of retirement. So we would like to have 2 more board members, basically people that would be able to have what's called UBO status for the stichting that is in the Netherlands, okay? And we need to do that as soon as possible. The other question is liability we have for hosting stuff, how we can assume this as a nonprofit organization from the stichting. So we're in discussion, but counsel from people about actually how to do that and whether just doing it in the Netherlands is enough, or should we seek more international support. So that's the ask right now, the update where we're at. So what we need is council and volunteers, sort of establish priorities. We'd like to, if people that are interested, if they could find myself, Dave Cooper, or Ernst after this meeting. Eric Husman should be here shortly. Otherwise, we meet on online at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock GMT. I forget. So the first Wednesday of every night. There's loose coordination in the IRC lists, and we invite your participation and continued support. So thank you.